Hey, this is Ivar.
And this is Grutle from Enslaved, and you are watching Impact
Channel.
Hi everyone, we're here with Ivar and Grutle from Enslaved. Hello, welcome to Dublin.
Thank you so much.
How do you like it here?
We're delighted to be back. There's always good shows here. Nice fans. They seem to compare the Irish audience with them. They seem more hungry than a lot of. They don't have that many gigs here, seemingly. So they're really enthusiastic when we come over here, and it's one of my favorite places to be, actually.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
It is.
Okay, we're always happy to welcome you here.
Thank you.
So you have a new album this year, In Times. What's the reaction? What are the reactions so far?
The reactions have been really good. We are able, since we do a lot of live concerts, we've been in the US, a lot of Europe festivals, and now this UK tour, so we are able to see the reactions directly from the fans, and it's really good for this album. It's really good, and also from an industry perspective, there's been a lot of good reviews, and the album is successful in ways you can measure it. So I guess so far our biggest success, which is how it should be with a new album.
Great. This is your 13th studio album. Does the magic number have any significance to you? Do you believe in such things?
Well, we're not Knights Templars, so we don't consider it bad luck to have a 13th album out. No.
I think 13 is a good number.
Yeah.
It's you know, in popular culture and in many sort of historical contexts, it's a significant number. Yeah, like the Pope trying to kill the Knights Templars on Friday 13th and so on. So, you know, a bunch of crazy Christians trying to kill a bunch of other
crazy Christians.
That's going to be a good number. So go 13.
So why is it unlucky? You know? Why should it be?
Don't ask me.
No, it's been a great success.
Okay. Your music has changed and evolved a lot over the years. Do you feel that your fan base grew up with it?
Yeah, I think we had a pretty simple, non-complicated philosophy to begin with, and that was never repeat ourselves, or attempt to not repeat ourselves, and try to make something interesting music, try to make sort of a contemporary favorite music for our own sake, for our own musical taste, make something that we want to put on ourselves on the turntable, and hence we have that's been I wouldn't say it's been a struggle, but it's always on the back of our minds when we are making new songs, arranging new songs, writing material. So that's been the simple main philosophy all the time. So for us, it's refreshing to make something different, rather than difficult, actually.
Yeah.
So probably your fans are open-minded anyway as well, because they got used to all the changes.
Yeah, because they don't expect the new album to be similar to the previous one anyway. So I mean, we don't feel any pressure that way, and I think our fans like to be a little surprised, and I can imagine if they put on a new Enslaved album and they feel familiar with it, just after a few spins they will be disappointed. I think they wanted to kind of grew a little slower on them, you know, just like we do ourselves when we put on we should buy an album of your favorite artist. It's like it's a pretty cool and challenging thing if you don't get it instantly. At least that's my point of view with music that grows on you.
So Enslaved is technically the child of the two of you. So if we look at it that way...
And the dad is the mother.
Okay.
Sorry.
So if you look at it like that, as your child, What stage of its life is this child now?
Oh my God, as a teenager now, is it?
Yeah, it's a teenager that's now starting to be a little bit more at ease with its identity, I think. It's been through some years of experimental thinking and sort of getting free a little bit from expectations and what the world conceives it should be. And now it's more like falling into its right, more grown-up identity. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a very normal, grown-up musical person. It's more like an interesting kind of psychopath.
On drugs.
Kind of on drugs.
On
yeah.
drugs, yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily want to meet this person in a dark alley.
Okay. Do you listen to your old materials? Do you listen at all to your own music?
Rarely. Well, sometimes when I'm at a metal bar or something, rock bar. Sometimes actually I caught myself listening to a tune on the PA and like, oh, this is good, and then I just realized, it's Enslaved. It's a little bit embarrassing. Oh, this is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's like okay.
That's a very good feedback.
Well, sometimes our hearing isn't what it used to be, and so I can actually. That's one of the reasons, I guess. But still, it's not that I don't put on like Frost or Eld or Blue Hen that often. But I mean, well, actually, sometimes at parties when you're like sitting, a couple of lads listening to music, and suddenly, if they ask me to put on old records, I'll do it and I'll enjoy it. I even turn to side B sometimes, So it happens, but I mean, it's not an everyday thing, I would say.
And can you recall the feeling of the times when you created that music and you put it on now?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, my memory is still that good. So.
Yeah, but what I mean, if you get back to that mindset or that atmosphere when you listen.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's of course interconnected. Yeah.
I think music and art is one of the few things, except hypnosis, of course, where you can when you can have so many of your senses recalled at the same time. Because music itself is such a holistic experience for the person that you have. You sort of record smells and certain feelings and so on together with the music. So it's a very cool thing to do when you have your own music that sort of use that as a sort of time machine, yeah.
Especially the smell,
Yeah. The smell of rehearsal room.
And Torbas. And recording studio. Let's not go into that. Sorry.
Okay.
I won't bring it up again.
So you actually believe in the healing power of music? That's what you're saying.
Totally.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So your lyrics were Norwegian in the past, and then you switched to English. Can you please tell us what the reason was why you switched?
Well, there are 4, 5, 6 billion people in the world. Only 5 million of them speak Norwegian. No, the reason was actually pretty simple. I mean, it's not that complicated. We kind of it was cool to sing in Norwegian, but it's actually it's not a very easy language to articulate when we play extreme metal. Actually, and that's one of the reasons. But the main reason was when we grew up, we bought vinyls, right? And we were listening to close the door, and we would listen to the same album, like for example, Maiden album or Bathory or whatever we bought, and we were, sitting for 2 weeks listening to the same album and holding the cover, reading all the credits and all the lyrics, stuff like that, and while listening to the album and following the lyrics and the music at the same time. And it was not possible to do that with an Enslaved album, because then you would have to read some translations, and translations you always miss some. You actually, the translation is always a translation. So, yeah. There's only one version, which is the initial language you wrote it. I mean, you express your feelings in English. It's almost impossible to rewrite it in Norwegian and vice versa.
That's true.
Yeah. So we kind of wanted the listener, the fans, to kind of have the how should I put it, a complete listening session. Really.
Yeah. Synchronized.
Synchronized.
Words and music.
Does it feel different for you to sing in English?
No, not really. I mean, I would say I like rock music with in other languages too, but Norwegian is actually not one of my favorites. It isn't.
Really?
I rather listen to Italian prog rock. When it comes to rock and roll, I think English is a more lyrical language. Actually, I do. Yeah.
What does extreme mean to you?
It's just a way of. If it was up to us, I guess we would just call us a metal band. But I think people need, or they want at least, to have some sort of qualifier to know in which direction the music is. And I guess it says something maybe about the tempo used, the kind of vocals that are used, and that's about it. It's not really extreme if you compare it to some kinds of more modern contemporary music like noise or things like that. But it's a way of just giving a little hint of it's not black metal, but it's not like power metal or melodic heavy metal either. So extreme metal is still a pretty good tag for Enslaved, I think.
Sonic music for the youth.
That's a difficult one.
What would you do if you wouldn't do music?
Like right now?
No,
No,
in
in
general,
life.
in your life.
If we're not, I don't know.
You would be a professor.
You will be a professor.
No, you.
No, I think
I'm making
you.
fun of how you didn't understand the question.
Exactly. I was thinking of something else. I'm sorry about that.
I think I would.
Be a porn star?
No.
Female porn star?
Maybe. I think I would do something with computers, I guess. I'm a geek, so I would do something with computers. Works as that.
I was a sportsman, something like that.
Okay.
Something.
Ballerina.
No, maybe not ballet. I don't know. Something. Water polo or something.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
We really haven't done anything else since we were too young to really know what we were doing, so we kind of missed it. That whole planning stage. I don't know.
I think we're happy about what you're doing, so please keep on.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Can you please list your 5 favorite albums of all times?
Oh,
Each? Yeah?
Yeah.
yeah, that's difficult, but I say number 5 and you say you're number 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll just. It's narrow, 5. Okay, let's say, okay, Don't Break the Oath, Merciful Fate.
Selling England by the Pound, Genesis.
You already picked that one. Yeah. In the Court of the Crimson King, King Crimson.
Hammerheart by Bathory.
Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd.
Tool, Lateralis.
Mayhem, The Mysterious Dom Satanas. Or was it Dom Bananas?
I think it's Satanas.
Satanas, okay.
Yeah, Mayhem, The Mysterious Dom Satanas is my second team.
And it's my number 1.
No, it's your number 1.
Oh my god, it's number 1. This isn't in no particular order, right?
Okay, no.
Yeah. No Heavy Petting by UFO. Controversial.
And then Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, yeah.
Thank you. What's the meaning of life?
42.
Okay.
7.
I don't think there's a meaning. I think the meaning, it's just a ride. And try and fill it with meaning or whatever. This is the point itself. That's my theory.
I said 7 because it said 42. 42, 7, 6.
Okay.
Which is sex. You get it?
Yes.
Subtle. Amazing.
Do you have a message to the fans?
Yes, I would thank them for. We are approaching 25 years now, which is going to be next year when we're going to tour a lot all over the world. But do some special stuff around that anniversary. So I think it's just proper to thank the fans for having followed the band such a long time, and looking forward to playing for them. The ones that are here tonight and the ones that we're going to play for in the future.
That's great.
Yeah, cheers for the next 25 years. Imagine the 50th anniversary. Oh, it's
You're
going to be
welcome
great.
in advance.
Yeah, at the Button Factory here actually,
Yeah.
in 25 years.
Okay.
See you then.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.